We're back with Dr. Oz, who's my special co-host today, and we're kicking off our week-long Diets on Trial series right now. And we're going to put some of the most popular fad diets to the test to see if their strategies really work. So joining us right now is weight loss specialist Dr. Melissa Hirschberg. Please welcome her.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Very good. You met Dr. Oz already?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Honor.
The paleo diet is known as the caveman diet, and there's a theory behind it. So talk to me about that.
Sure. So this is the Paleolithic diet, the caveman diet, the prehistoric diet. And basically, the claim is we need to eat the way nature intended us to eat. It's all about our genes. We need to eat like our Paleolithic ancestors who were on this earth for 2.5 million years before grains and agriculture came around.
Okay.
So, you know, I'd like to, if you can, just explain to everyone the specific rules so they
Sure.
understand what this really would look like if they were adapted to their life.
Okay, so as you can see, Paleolithic means fruits and vegetables, so gathering, and then hunting, so lots of meats and lean protein. So let's look at a typical breakfast.
All right.
So here we have an egg white omelet done with some lean sausage and some vegetables. As you can see, there's no toast, there's no cereal. It's all protein, a little bit of fat and lean and vegetables. Here we have a typical lunch. And again, it's missing the grains, but what we do have are lots of phytochemical-rich vegetables and lean flank steak.
Okay.
And then for dinner, we have an almond-crusted chicken with some vegetables. And here for dessert, we have some fruit and almonds.
So one of the things you'll all notice is that there's not much on these plates except the protein.
Yeah, I'm hungry just looking at it.
You're great.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, I mean, you must help a lot of folks. What would you do to modify this to make it a better diet?
So I think that this is an excellent start. I think this is a really good cleanse. The foods are all high in protein, high in water content. But to modify it, I'd say after about a week or two on this, bring back the whole grains. Bring back the healthy carbohydrates.
So this is what you got right here?
Exactly. We have some really good examples. So right here is one of my favorite breads. It's a sprouted grain bread called Ezekiel bread. I love it. I also love rye, pumpernickel. Here we have a sweet potato, again, rich in beta-carotene, rich in fiber, so healthy, so tasty.
I hear so much about Ezekiel bread. Why is it so loved?
I love, well...
The taste is good,
the taste is
but
fantastic.
is it dense or...?
It's dense, it's nutty, it's high in protein, high in fiber, has water content. It tastes
and it's
good.
crunchy.
And it's crunchy. And
Okay.
it's fantastic.
You say on this diet, no dairy, no grains, no refined sugars, processed food, or alcohol.
Right.
So you do this, so to make this work, you kick this off. You do this for how long again?
Well, I mean, I think a week to 2 weeks would be a good cleanse. After that, I think it'd be very difficult to sustain and
so
continue
the pro
going.
is it's a good cleanse.
It's a great cleanse, and it's easy. This is the lazy man's diet. This is a diet my dad could do. It's basically...
Marilyn's mad about the alcohol comment. She took the alcohol out and she's out of it.
Yeah, okay. So it's true. And I think any diet, alcohol is calories, right? And it's sugar, and it's going to spike your insulin. There's no doubt about it. So on this diet, they say, you can have a glass of wine, you can have a drink on occasion, but not too much.
So how would you grade this? On a grade of, scale 1 to 5, what would you give it?
I'd give it probably a 3 out of 5. I think that it's got a lot of good elements. The protein spikes your metabolism. It keeps you full. The fruits and vegetables have antioxidants. But it's not a lifestyle. Eventually, we need the carbs. We're going to have no serotonin. We're going to be irritable, in a bad mood. So I'd say overall, 3.
Are there long-term health risks to something like this if you do, in fact, stay on it for a long period of time?
2 things would concern me if my patients went on this diet. One would be for women, there's not much calcium. So dairy's low, so I'd be worried about osteoporosis risk. And another thing is we're hearing so much about whole grains and insoluble fiber decreasing circulating estrogen. So I'd be worried about my female patients that have breast cancer or want to reduce their risk of breast cancer, that they're missing the fiber that's going to decrease that. So I wouldn't be...
The good part about it, and I would give it a 3 also, but the reason I give it a 3 is because when it's done wrong, it's a 1.
Yeah.
And when nutritionists look at this diet plan, they'll often grade it very poorly because of that. But if you did it right, if you had lean protein, the average protein today in North America probably has about 30% fat in it. But in the times of the Paleolithic period, 10,000, 20,000 years ago, there was 5%, 10% fat. And so if you're eating real high-quality products, this is probably doable if you add a little bit of the grains that you mentioned here, and anything that's got color. You want some color in your life because you're harvesting nature's natural antioxidants, to your point. And these lean proteins that you gave an example here are a wonderful way to modify following this.
There's so many people that take on diets, and we're going to look at all diets this week for the most part. But you know, it really is. I think we worry about the dress size more than we worry about the long-term effects. So you both want us to talk to our doctor before we take on something like this. I mean, we hear that, but it's really important.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have to look at both. I mean, I think that the key with diet is we're looking at nutrition. And when we look at nutrition, we're looking at the quality of the food we're eating. And then we're looking about our dress size. And so that's quantity. So even if you're eating the most healthy foods, you still have to watch portions. It's not a license to just overindulge.
Okay, all right. Did you want to say something, Dr.
One point I was going to add to this is that, yes, there's calories in, but there are a couple places you can cheat the system a little bit.
Yeah.
A good example are nuts. Because you know, you don't digest all of the nut that you eat. You only digest 85–90%. It comes out from below the rest of it. So you don't get those calories. They get in your mouth, but they don't get in your body. And the most important thing I always think when you talk about dieting is eating foods that satiate you. The one good thing about a protein diet, especially this, I love this as an idea for breakfast, is that it gives you so much protein for breakfast that you feel full through the morning. So by the time you're making mistakes, it's later in the day, you have a little chance to catch up.
Let's do the final verdict of the paleo diet. Okay, let's look over here. I'm going to look at this. What's the final verdict there? Okay. Oh, reject. Okay.
Reject. Overall, I mean, it's a good cleanse. I reject this as a lifestyle. I don't think it's sustainable. I think we need our whole grains. We need our carbohydrates. We need to enjoy food. And so this is just too restrictive.
Okay, we're going to research a lot of other diets this week, too.
Can't
That's
wait.
good. Did anybody make the grade this week?
Well, you have to wait and see. You have to wait and see. I'm a tough critic. I'm a tough critic.
I know.
But, you know, there is one that I think would be a great lifestyle that we're here all about.
Can't wait.
All right, thank you so much. Thanks to both of you. We have to take a break. We'll be right back. You know, the thing with diets, if you stay on the diet, you stay on the diet.